Yeah, I'm recording. It's a new party, so I'm not doing that thing right now. This needs a
Oh,
new. This
alright.
needs a new riff.
Okay, okay. A new
Oh,
riff.
was there a riff last time?
Yeah, there was a riff
Yeah.
last time.
There was.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Don't worry, I'm not going to state what it was in case you were waiting.
I was waiting for
Alright,
the riff.
so it's been a few months since
Solid 10
what?
out of 10.
Shit.
That was like perfectly timed roboting. That was like
Nice.
a YouTube poop.
Sweet. Sweet. How's it now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. It's been a few months since the climactic battle on top of the Emberwell Spire. People, nobody really noticed it. Like, two people like, the big takeaway from the Emberwell populace was that two guards committed suicide by jumping off the tallest building. And they all felt it was, a little selfish. If you're gonna commit suicide, do it in one of the places where we don't have to look at it.
Oh wow! No investigation into the employees' mental health. Just
So,
Is this
Emberwell,
America?
man.
and people generally just got on with their lives afterwards. So, like, oh, that was a downer on that day. But, fuck it.
The world never knew about the three heroes who saved the world, really, because they had no choice but to do so.
Why does anyone save the world?
Out of obligation.
They weren't exactly heroic. One of them just wanted personal glory. One of them just wanted to kill their family, and the other one just wanted a lot of money.
Just giving it a bit to equalize.
To equalize. Well, I mean, the hopeful thing is...
Okay, I'm back. Oh my god.
You're back, but it's not great. Which is unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Someone sent me an image and destroyed a lot of shit. Oof. Okay. Yes. The months have passed. Everyone went on with their lives.
What time of year are we in now?
I'd say it's probably fall.
Nice.
Late autumn. Yeah.
That's so aesthetic.
Shit. Oh yeah, it is fall right now, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah. All right. So, it's a normal day as the camera pans in, going, through the clouds, through the autumn leaves, coming up on the mountain as we go through a typical day in Emberwell. Factories doing their things, people shuffling along in their daily grind. As we go not to one of the lavish business suites or meetings or boardrooms, but instead we follow a piece of magical waste byproduct as it is expelled out into the dumps. It lands in a it lands in a large, smelly compost as we zoom over and see a bunch of ramshackle huts and alleyways where people of less reputable look It is in one of these ramshackle huts that we find. It is in one of these ramshackle huts that we find our current party members sitting in an under.
You are lagging
Okay.
an absolute ton.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I'm the only one in that. Like, look at that.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that was something. Anyway, where did I last cut out?
We were sitting together in a hut near a place where shit's getting dumped. Magical waste
You're
product.
in a hut. This particular hut is something of an this particular hut is an underground bar. Place where people who don't have the money or the ability to be in the city proper congregate to look for odd jobs or just have a nice drink and enjoy and enjoy the lesser things in life, let's say. And for whatever reason, you are all gathered here. Let's go around the characters and let's find out why you have come to be in such a place. Why is Vigor in a bar like this?
So Vigor is he's a prize fighter, pit fighter rather, from very, very far south, from around the Cypress jungle. Has a very, very simple life philosophy, and that it basically boils down to get stronger, don't die. So he is probably up here looking for work. He's in a bar because he knows it's work, but he does not drink. But he knows he knows his way around the criminal underworld a bit. He's not incredibly high up in it. He might have a bit of a reputation, probably definitely not this far north. But down in Cypress Jungle, people who want to watch a fight or want to bet on a fight probably know his name a bit better.
Right.
He's trying to move past the incident in his childhood that led him to this point. So he's trying, but basically by doing the same thing he's always been doing, going around, fighting things, getting stronger, trying to find, maybe, even if he wouldn't say it himself, trying to find something bigger than himself to get into. An adventure, a cause, something or other.
Gotcha. And what is Shahina doing here?
So Shahina is an elven woman from the city of Yuma, and after leaving her home, she's essentially just been traveling the land with the hopes and ideals of cleansing the world of the unclean.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively simple.
And what is Ariana doing here? Oh, she's still muted.
Good.
Beautiful.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I forgot I was
exactly.
muted.
Yeah, you were.
I was doing something that was kind of clicky, so
Mhm.
So Ariana is she's a very beautiful lady, except for the like scary spider claws and the 6 eyes and the very sharp fangs and her clothing being just like a very ragged assortment of like spider webs covering her body like bandages, which specifically are bandages in some case. Recently she was down in the sort of northern reaches of the Emerald Forest, just sort of living in the woods as a sort of spider monster. When there was a village a few miles away that had, caught sight of her and were unhappy with her presence and had sent a series of, young adventurers to try and slay her. And the last one put up a better fight than the others and slashed her quite deeply across the arms, injuring her fairly severely. And, which limited her ability to produce webs, which is a crucial survival tool for her. So she, tore up some of her remaining silk clothing and used it as bandages and traveled north to Emberwell, where she knew a few people. She's currently lies slumped, sort of sitting up against a wall in a corner, head hanging down. There's an empty liquor bottle on the floor next to her that's been sliced in half by some means, which she had spent her last coin on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it is a normal business day for this bar. There's about 15 people in it besides you guys. Mostly just there for the drink. They're not. They very clearly have other things to do. The bartender looks over to Vigor and asks him, "You're really not gonna get anything?"
You do food?
Food? People usually know better than to ask for food here, but I'll see what I can do. And he comes back with some slop for you.
It's gonna be a constitution check to get that down.
It's a green. It's just this real weird, like, green slop. Like, don't worry, it's edible.
Vigor just kind of side eyes him as he takes the plate and walks to a table.
And what is Shahina actually doing at the bar?
What is Shahina actually doing? She is likely sitting at a table with I don't know, what do they call it? A mug, a flagon, a cup of some form of undisclosed alcohol, just kind of sitting there, sort of hunched over with her hood up as she kind of eyes around the bar. Very, very kind of a little incognito, but also a little sketch.
What is the currency symbol here? Or if there even is one? Like, is there like a $sign equivalent?
Yeah. There's a $sign equivalent for sure. It's pretty much just like a branch, basically.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, just a bunch of coin is just called twigs. We've never had this lingo until now.
Nice.
That actually kind of sounds like it. Oh, no. Alright. So Ariana's sitting, like, slumped in the corner. No real signs of life or anything, but just, work for, and then, like, the currency symbol, $sign equivalent, is sort of scratched into the wall above her.
And she's been to this bar before.
Yes.
Yes.
She's probably been there a while.
Gotcha.
She probably hasn't moved from that spot in, like, a day or two.
Gotcha. Well, the tender sends over the most desperate worker he has, the one who definitely can't leave, over to you. For just to check if you're alive, by just sort of taking out like a little poker and just slowly trying to poke at you. See if you stir.
Like, at first she doesn't, then, like, lightning, almost, imperceptibly fast, her hand lashes out and grabs, like, the bottom half of the empty liquor bottle and just sort of holds it up and, like, shakes it, like, just visually asking for a drink.
He falls over immediately and, like, scrambles back to the bar as his coworkers laugh at him.
After a while, she continues not really paying attention, just continues to hold out the, makeshift cup, and after a while, just her hand starts to go a bit limp. It falls from her hand, and her arm just sort of drops back where it was by her side.
Well, it's at this point that the door to the bar opens up. The tender looks to it, hoping for a new patron, but instead, there is the very exceedingly rare sight of an Emberwell business suit.
Ooh.
And he walks in. Everybody stops what they're doing to look at him because this almost never happens. So this guy clearly fucking needs something done that he doesn't want any of the actual workers to do. And he stands in the doorway, not saying anything, and puts up a hand and motions for somebody else to come in. And it is a dirt poor orphan kid acting as a sort of scryer who says, the good gentleman has a job for people who won't ask too many questions.
Yeah, Vigor just kind of pushes himself away from the table and walks over.
What size, like, how big is this hut, would you say? Like, is this bar? From one end to another, you know, like, are we talking reach? Are we talking near? Like, how high is the ceiling?
The ceiling's about 10 feet up, I'd say. And it's really much, it's like a very long bar. So like the entrance he comes into and like the far end of the bar are like 30 feet apart.
I'm actually going to roll something then, if you don't mind. I'm gonna roll Death from Above.
I'm gonna say that I'm just gonna walk over. I'm gonna keep it simple.
7, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Alright, so choose 2. Your target doesn't notice you in time to make a move against you, and no one else notices you dropping in. Your target doesn't make a sound. So, like a flat, you know, no one, like, is obviously looking in whatever dank corner Ariana's in, but, like, in the space of a fraction of a second, she flips up, bounces off the wall onto the ceiling, then rockets down directly behind the person, you know, almost instantly. And just before anyone else is even in the area, so, you know, sort of taps him on the shoulder from behind. What's the pay?
The scryer or the suit?
The suit.
Okay. The suit looks over and kind of doubles back. He sighs and kind of kicks the scryer in the leg. And the scryer says, he is willing to pay 25 coin apiece.
And Ariana sort of fakes like she's considering it, you know, weighing it. What's the job?
The scryer clears his throat. He's sort of shaking right now. He is very intimidated by you. He would like you to transport a package to a mine in Morricone Springs.
Morricone Springs. Shit, where's that? Ooh, that's a long way.
What's the who to?
25 coin ahead. And wait, what?
Yeah.
What did you ask?
Vigor just kind of walks up and says, "Sure."
Ooh, that's good. Ariana was like, as Vigor says it, was opening her mouth, about to demand, you know, that's long trip, at least 30 coin. But, you know, she's now been undercut by someone cheaper.
Shahina walks up, likely, I don't know, probably like a solid 5 seconds behind Vigor. I hope that she managed to overhear everything, because I'd rather not just re-role play what's the job and what's the pay. And so she kind of walks up and pulls her hood off, revealing this dark-skinned, dark olive-skinned elf. And she just kind of has like a kind of bit of a burn mark, like running from her cheek down her neck to her torso, and wow, I just spaced out. Shouldn't have smoked that much. And she just goes, "I will take the job."
Okay, so Ariana, seeing precious money and opportunity slip away from her, just sort of, you know, darts back around in front of them. Look, if you're coming to a bar like this, you need this is clearly a dangerous job. You need someone who can handle themselves. You
I
need
just kind
someone
of push
tough
my
and
way past
scary.
Ariana and just say, yeah, so, when we going?
Arion panicking just demand 25 each.
He said a piece.
Oh. Did he?
Yes, he literally
Oh.
did.
He said 25 ahead, yeah.
Oh! I thought you
No.
meant ahead,
Ahead of
not
time.
a head. Yeah,
No,
like I thought
no.
you meant 25
No.
advance. Hey.
Shit, no.
Oh. Well, are you right there? Okay, in that case, shit. Ariana weighs her odds. Then she just sort of shrugs. Fine, whatever.
Alright, the suit looks you all over. He mumbles something under his breath and then kicks the scryer again. And the scryer says, very well, be outside the Emberwell gates at midnight and you will receive yourself the package. And with that, the suit walks out, and the scryer is sort of frozen in place before realizing, oh, I need to get my coin! And he heads, and he runs out after the suit.
Ariana as they're leaving, Ariana calls out after them, if anyone doesn't make it back, I get their pay.
He pays you no mind.
Vigor has already kind of gone back to his inedible slop.
Shahina looks to
Inedible slop.
Ariana and says, Shahina looks to Ariana and says, my ghost will take my payment from your cold dead corpse if you make that attempt. And she turns and walks away.
I'll just deliver the package. Just looking back like traveling companions, realizing, hang on a second, this looks more that's dangerous.
So Ariana walking back, towards the table, like Vigor saying something, hey, if you don't want the pay, I'll gladly take your cut.
No, I made it. I said I'd do it, so I'll do it. It's only fair to the guy who's trying to do something under the table.
So, do you have any idea what we're actually doing?
Hey, he said he wanted people who wouldn't ask questions.
Okay, I think we kind of need to know exactly what the package is, where to get it, and where in Oricone Springs we're taking it. I don't think he just wants us to dump it in town square, whatever it is.
Yeah, we're going to receive the package outside the gates, at which point I assume he'll tell us.
Ariana just sort of stretches and shrugs. Whatever, man.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Any other chat with your now sudden new teammates?
Oh, actually, no. But Ariana does go up to the bartender. Actually,
Okay.
she's gonna ask him, "Hey, know who that guy was?"
Well, little Jimmy. Yeah, he takes any job anyone gives him.
No, the suit.
Oh, the suit. They all kind of blend together, you know?
Ariana shrugs. I feel that. Anyways, she just sort of, going on a pretty dangerous job, may never darken your doorway again. How about one less drink? May never see me.
Has she used this line before?
Probably. Yes.
All right. Roll
Definitely.
charisma. Roll charisma. He looks you over and says, "You're not a working girl anymore."
This is work.
He sighs and he sighs. He looks over to the one who you frightened earlier and just says, "Go flash Tim, and I'll give it to you."
And she just sighs, whatever, man, and walks out the door.
Oh, she doesn't flash Tim?
No.
Ah, dang. Yeah, he laughed to himself. Because Tim very much froze up when he said that.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Alright. So, vigorous. What?
No, never mind. I'm not gonna risk that for the party. Never mind.
Okay. Vigor or Shahina have anything to discuss?
No, she just kind of continues what she was doing before.
I mean, essentially, what Ariana did was just essentially a version of what I could do, but I have a move for it, so...
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't gonna ask the suit, but could ask someone else. Maybe I should still go ahead, but if I fail it, there's consequences. There's, like, strung out consequences.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I finish... Vigor kind of keeps to himself, finishes his stew, and then... You know, he's gonna wait for midnight to roll around.
Alright. So, midnight arrives. Who's at the rendezvous first?
Shahina's been there for an hour.
Yeah, probably about the same.
Ariana's there first, but she's not noticed by the others. She's perched up on high on top of like a nearby building or something, and thanks to no one looks up. You know, she basically immediately went there and just has been sitting there silently.
I'm not actually gonna roll. I don't, unless you want me to. I'm not actually gonna roll it, but Vigor does turn up, and you know, he does kind of the narrative equivalent of a discern realities check.
There aren't exactly buildings outside the wall.
How high up is the wall?
The wall goes up super high. It's like,
Okay.
yeah.
She's perched on the wall outside of the line of sight, making her mechanically invisible.
Damn. Sweet. All right. Vigor tries to discern realities and can't.
Well, all right. Do you want me to actually roll it just for the sake
Nah,
of?
we're cool.
Okay, cool.
It's cool. All right. So, when midnight comes, the same scryer pops out from a little sort of like trap door from the wall, and says, "Oh, you're all here."
And Ariana just sort of drops down, like, directly behind him.
Alright. Make a noise, or?
Nah.
Okay. Nice. So he doesn't notice you drop behind him. Alright. And he says, okay, alright. So, he wanted me to, give you this. He, turns around to fish something out of the trapdoor and doubles over at Ariana.
She sort of, raises 3 eyebrows at him and then, like, very deliberately steps aside to let him pass.
All right, he kind of shakes it off and says, "Miss, you really need to stop scaring me." And pulls out a brown sort of paper package, wrapped up in rope, and places it on the ground in front of him. And he then also reaches down and pulls out a piece of paper and looks at it.
Ariana does, sort of reflexively, without even really thinking about it, sort of flick her arm towards the box, but then, like, winces, and her arm tenses up, and she looks down at her arm and sighs a bit.
So yeah, the boy's just looking at this piece of paper and, like, making strained noises.
What's the problem?
Shahina just walks past and grabs the paper.
He just says, "I forgot I can't read."
Ariana
Alright.
just doesn't say anything at that point, just sort of sighs irritatedly, but doesn't actually comment on that.
Shahina, after having taken the paper, just reads it aloud to the rest of the group.
The paper says, all right, assuming one of you's reading this, because the piece of shit kid's definitely an illiterate.
Wow.
And you just take this to the, you need to take this to the harrowed, to the harrowing, to the harrow mine, around the Marion side of Morricone Springs. There will be a there should be some Marion guards. There should be guards in Marion armor, but with a distinctive red paint job on it. That's how you'll know you're at the right mine. Take it to the man with the big ass spear.
Does it literally say big ass spear?
Just
What was the name of that
just-
mine?
yeah, the big spear. The Harrow's mine. Yeah.
Sorry, you spoke over each other.
Da-da-da-da.
I'll write down that.
Right here.
Okay, Harrow's mine. Guards with distinctive red paint job. Particularly the one with the big ass spear.
Yeah. All right.
Ariana, and Ariana's clearly like paying close attention, sort of committing that to memory. And then just, is that it?
That's it.
She sort of like holds out a hand to Shahina. Here, let me see.
Meanwhile, Vigor picks
Shahina-
up the package. Guess I'll add that to my
Shahina looks at
inventory.
Ariana and just kind of slowly pockets the note.
Oh, come on, don't be a bitch.
I have a feeling that's going to be a common theme to this whole party.
There's a part name.
Alright, should I have any weight modifiers on this package, or...
No.
Okay. Package tags, important.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Little Jimmy.
Not mine.
Little Jimmy clears his throat.
Yeah.
What, boy?
He looks at himself. Okay. Father said be assertive. I believe I've earned a tip.
Shahina eyes the boy over and then
Believe it all you want.
takes out 2 gold and hands it to the kid.
Nice.
All right, he just sort of yells out, "Fuck yeah!" and like grabs the 2 coin and rushes back into the trapdoor.
I'm now picturing him as like child Alfonso. Snake, don't laugh. You don't get that reference. SMH.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. I have to... Hey, you just go on liking Boiling Point, the game you've never played.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't call me out.
All right, so yeah, there you go. Got your instructions. You've tipped a kid. So that's some good karma for you.
Ariana sort of watches the kid, goes, "Where the hell did you get coin?"
Wait, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, wait, no. I chose the wrong starting thing. I'm supposed to have 40. I'm a little stoned. Give me a break. I start with 40 gold.
There you go.
Wow.
I chose 40 gold at character creation, says Shahina.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, she just looks at Ariana and just says, "I have it in my possession."
Ariana's eyes sort of narrow at that. Well, aren't you lucky?
I am indeed. Let us get on with this.
Alright, I got the package, so it's a long walk ahead. We starting tonight? I imagine we're starting tonight.
I agree. Let us begin.
Oh,
And Ariana just sort of like stretches, "Suits me fine."
we've been down this... I think we've been down this road once as every party, and it's always sucked. And now we're starting on this road. Level 1.
Wait, so we're
Has
going
always
to
sucked, yeah.
Like, it's
So we're
always
going-
gone badly.
we're going to Larimer then, or
We gotta go there and then head south. Get to the Morricone Springs. Get to Harrow's
could-
Mine. You know what?
It's
We've never
sure
tried to
there's-
head directly south because I've always just assumed that to be impassable mountain range.
well, we have technically gone that way once, but we had glider
Plane.
thing.
Yeah. We had flight capabilities. Maybe we should head back into Emberwell and jack a flyer. And then...
I am gonna throw out there that technically speaking, Ariana did relatively recently, like in the lore, traverse more or less that path. Well, not, she did pass these mountains. Like, she went sort of this
Right.
way, not that way, but... So,
No,
I guess...
I'm
behind
sure.
her backstory-
I'm sure your party can afford an air taxi.
Let's get
Oh,
moving.
that's a good point. So, like, as we're discussing how to go, Ariana's like, I mean, I've made it through the mountains, but it's not, I can jump and, like, scale walls. I don't think you guys are really gonna.
Ain't quite. Just looking her over and finally just decides to express any kind of, acknowledgement that, yes, you're a weird spider lady. Like, yeah. Can't quite do that. You do notice, actually, just, I don't know if it'd be, like, unusual, but for, like, considering how you've described her in the backstory, Vigor just doesn't actually look that, like, taken or impressed, essentially.
Right.
It's just kind of got a very neutral, almost kind of stoic, calm expression on his face most every time you've looked at him.
Nice.
Which, hasn't been long, but it's been a few situations. Like, even when it was like, hey, you're getting paid money, it hasn't really shifted.
Ariana then just sort of, like, points a knife-like thumb at Shahina. Well, this one has money, why don't we just get a taxi? If you're so rich.
If you wish to challenge me in combat and fight me to the death, then so be it. However, I am not paying for a taxi.
That's a bit dramatic. But... settles anything. How much does a taxi cost? Do any of us know that in character? Like, how much it would cost to... Okay.
Not a clue.
None of us know. None of us would have figured that one out. So great. We'd just be walking back in. It's just like, hey, it's 2 gold. It's like, oh, great. That kid could get... And we fight to the death before we realize that.
Yeah, you just look up and you see little Jimmy taking a joyride on
Can I roll a spout law check to know how much a taxi costs?
Yeah, sure.
I hope I fail it in a way. If I fail it, he's not going to say anything.
No.
So essentially what happens is he says, well, we take a taxi, and then doesn't follow it up because he doesn't know how much that costs.
Ariana just sort of shrugs. I've never been on one of those things. But yeah, and just looking to Shahina.
Do you wish to challenge me to the death, or shall we get going?
Your funeral, and like, in the sense of let's get going on this very long winding road, not in the challenge to the death, which, Ariana isn't particularly scared of either, but...
All right. So, we are undertaking a perilous journey.
Oh
So
god,
who's going to scout ahead, who's going to navigate, and who's going to manage provisions?
I'm gonna say this
shit.
ahead of time. I've got a 0 on wisdom and a -1 on intelligence.
Okay.
Okay, wait. What does intelligence for?
Navigation.
Yeah.
Navigation.
The other 2 are
Okay,
wisdom.
Shahina will take that because she has a
Yeah.
+2.
I guess.
Oh, perfect. Ariana can scout because she has a +1 whiz and nothing.
Yeah, and I'll take the least destructive job on these things.
There you go.
Especially since, because quartermastering, that's with rations, so that doesn't even affect Ariana. Or does that even affect, I forget how the chard even... Don't you have something
No, the
weird
chart.
with food?
The chart.
Oh. Never mind then.
All right.
So Shahina is going to just kind of like pick up like a stick and going to use her rote guiding flame, which essentially just ignites not ignites, just kind of makes it glow like an item you touch glows with a wicked orange flare brighter than any mundane torch and gives off an uncomfortable heat to others but lacks any sound. It otherwise works like a mundane torch. The spell lasts as long as it is in your presence, because I figure it's night and we need some way to light our way.
All right.
Is that a roll?
It's a rote. Yeah.
I don't know if
It's
you
a
have
rote,
to...
so I don't think you have to roll for it.
I thought your rotes you always had, but you still had to cast a spell to use
That
them.
is true. Yes, that is true. Okay, yes. That is true, actually. You need to roll int for that.
I think
There
I
you go.
crushed it.
Yeah, you crushed it. You have it entirely. It's good without any
Yay.
complications. Yeah.
And now
No
I wasted my good intelligence roll, and we're just gonna fucking
All right.
navigate.
Now
to
roll
hell.
int again. Roll int again for the navigation roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. I'm gonna roll my I'm gonna roll to see how we do on the ooh, we're eating double today. Chow down.
Okay. So Vigor is just
Okay.
Vigor worked out today. He's hungry.
As we're increasingly seeing.
Okay, so that's a scout, the 8. Okay.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna guess that you want to make a discovery. You don't want to get the drop on whatever lies ahead, do you?
No, we're gonna get some drops on head.
Okay. So you're getting the drop on whatever lies ahead. Very good.
I marked off 2 uses of my dungeon rations.
Yeah.
Wish I had more dungeon rations.
You just slammed it down your gullet.
Yeah, he was hungry, okay?
So, Shahina takes her torch out and starts guiding you along the path. The path is very winding, is the thing, though. Like, it is, like, it goes through...
You guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yes.
more or less.
The path is very winding. It goes through caves, it goes through overpasses and a bunch of weird things. Eventually, she takes a wrong turn at Albuquerque, and you don't realize just how far off the path you've gotten until you are overlooking one hell of a steep drop. And I mean, like, you can, like, if you were to fall, you'd get impaled on one of the trees in the Emerald Forest.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Weird.
yeah, and as you think to turn back, you notice that the route you took to get here is kind of broken off. There is a little crack, and you saw some rocks fall, and there's no turning back now.
Oh. I don't quite remember this on the way in.
Okay, so I like was cut out for a while, so we left this, and this happened behind us. Like we can't turn back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now then, you got the drop on whatever lied ahead. So,
Yes.
Ariana, you notice ahead, as you now have to shimmy across the wall to get back to safety. Let's say you're around over here in the mountain range.
Okay.
Good.
You notice some vines, and you've been around the land. You know that these are not normal vines. These are living vines that won't much appreciate you coming up on them.
And this is so. How far am I from the party currently?
That's up to you.
I don't think I'm that far. I'd say I'm like, I don't know. I'm far distance, but not like out of, I can see the light from Shahira's thingy at the very
Gotcha.
least. And so yeah, seeing that, actually I am gonna discern realities.
All right.
7. That's one question. Shit. Give me my basic moves. Discern realities. What here is useful or valuable to me?
Some of the vines aren't alive. Some of them are just regular vines.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. That cut out.
Cutting. You're a
a little
robot.
Zoinks.
It was going pretty well up until this point.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, my internet fucked up, but that was...
And we're in US East servers.
It's okay. Just hold on. We're
Oh, you
almost
sound
there.
good now.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
Just hold on.
Okay. There we are.
Damn, kid, why does your internet suck?
This look at that. 30,859 that time.
Isn't that like a whole 30 seconds or something?
I don't know.
Mine was... I was down to, like, 15... Apparently my internet is currently, like, I'm getting, like, 8 kilobytes per second, but I can somehow load the page and, like, talk to you guys, so...
So, yeah, you notice some regular vines amongst the killer vines.
Okay.
Yeah. They're sturdy enough that, like, any of you could grab onto them and not risk, pulling them down.
Alright, okay, but so I know that these vines are lit, you said. Are they, like, particularly aggressive, though? Like, they're dangerous? I'm getting the...
Yeah, if you get near them, like, they'll start snapping at you.
Gotcha. Okay, so Ariana, so I haven't described how Ariana is actually scouting. Like, immediately as we enter the path, she takes a bit of a running start, then, like, crouches down to the ground and, like, just takes a massive leap, upwards, sort of into the high, she's higher up in the mountain, sort of on the cliffside or hillside above the path, just sort of, like, hopping around, from rocky outpost to, rocky outcrop to rocky jut, etc., etc. And
Gotcha.
sort of observing this from, high up, she sort of sighs, then hops backwards towards, the main party. I'd say probably 3 or 4 leaps worth, probably more like 3. She's not that far from them, but, drops down somewhat dramatically in front of them. Up ahead, there are some vines that, they're like living vines or whatever. They can lash out at people. I don't know if you want to try and find another way around or what. Or you could probably handle them, but...
Looking
Without
around,
my-
what are our options to get around them, if at all possible? Like,
Yeah.
if there are any.
Well, figure you're looking around, trying to discern realities.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
That's what I see. That's why I discerned realities earlier.
Oops.
Nah. Yeah, I don't
No.
know this place very well. I know how to punch people.
Can I actually try and spout lore?
Uh,
I've been through
spout
these mountains
lore?
before. Yeah, I've been through these mountains before. Can I talk about, some shortcut or alternate route that I
Sure.
know of on this train? Okay. So, something interesting. At least.
Yeah, you know something interesting. In olden times, people used to swing around on the vines like Tarzan.
Ariana just sort of sighs. This would be a hell of a lot easier if I had my webs. Which I don't think anyone in the party actually knows the meaning of that, but, she just sort of says it to herself.
You have webs, six-eyed woman?
And she sort of looks down, holds up her arms, turns them around. Yeah, normally at least. I got on my arms pretty bad recently. It's really deep, and I can't really make webs like I normally do.
Unfortunate.
It could be a simple matter just to, sort of get past them or web anything up, but... And she shrugs.
Is there a way
Now,
to...
really, we don't have any option. There are some normal vines there. If we wanted, we could try and sort of, like, swing past the old-fashioned way, but...
Or
I don't know how.
I could burn our way through.
You got a torch or something? And Ariana, like, before you can even answer, I was thinking about that. If we need to, I figure fire is probably the most effective way through, and she sort of, like, holds up a hand, and if we need to, we can burn them, but...
Fire is something of a specialty of mine, you could say.
Yeah?
It is, indeed.
If that's the case, we can. If you're as good with fire as you say you are, what, you're like a wizard or something?
I am something more than just a wizard.
Okay. Look,
Shahina doesn't really want to talk about herself.
Right. Anyways, I have a little fire of my own. I don't really like using it, but if that's the path we want to go with this, we can try and burn our way through. I don't know how. Personally, I'd sooner just avoid the vines than try and clear them, but...
I'm gonna ask, is there a way to tell what ones are gonna go off versus which ones are just vines?
Is there? I apparently was able to recognize that.
We were able to discern them. The living vines have teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So yeah, if you relay that to me, then Vigor just think, alright. Avoid anything with teeth.
So, what do you do?
Are we just gonna try and sort of sneak past them?
I don't know if hey, we could start session 1 off with a forest fire. I ain't again. Vigor would maybe not like it, but he wouldn't voice his dislike of it. He would just run. But, that's besides the point. Right now I'm thinking stealth, even though that's probably a terrible idea, and will definitely fail. But I'm fine with that. I've made my peace with stealth always failing.
Ariana, Ooh, actually, she said, or she does notice Vigor sort of like being indecisive. You worried about something?
I don't think Vigor was being indecisive. He was just settled on, okay, let's sneak. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he just looked worried about something. He just kind of looks and then just matter-of-factly states, yeah, the vines. And then just kind of walks forward.
Ariana's like, wait. And so, like, she points at, Shahina, fire girl. You think you...
My name is Shahina.
Right, Shahira. Okay. So you're pretty confident you can handle yourself then, I guess.
I am, in fact.
Alright, well, see you on the other side. And then she walks up to Vigor and sort of, indicates for him to, sort of hop on her back, like piggyback ride on her. Does he...
Sure.
Yeah.
He just kind of just looks, and for a moment you maybe see like a faint flicker of emotion across his face, of just kind of mild embarrassment before he does it. I don't know how far I'm going into Kiryu, but I do want him to be shakeable.
I want him to be I want him to like split the difference between Kiryu. I see him as splitting the difference between Kiryu and Solid Snake.
Oh, I was thinking Kiryu and Gearless Joe, but I like Solid Snake a lot more.
Vines, huh?
Yeah, alright. No, fuck it. This character has changed immediately with that suggestion to being between Kiryu and Solid Snake. That's much better.
But so yeah,
Yeah.
like Ariana, with sort of takes a running start and sort of hops up to like the mountain preface, and then sort of scurries up the wall. Like how far up do the vines go?
Oh, they go up pretty far.
But like all the way?
All the way? What do you mean?
Like all the way up the mountain? Is there mountain further up than the vines? Like
Yes.
Yeah. Then we sort of clamber all the way up and sort of start going, just over the vines.
Okay.
I can take a passenger with me.
Right. But I'd say, you have the whole person on your back. Let's have you defy some danger, since you're scurrying past those vines and all that. I believe this would be... This feels like you're defying danger by powering through.
How?
You got someone on your back. Oh, actually, no. No, you're getting out of the way by scurrying through the vines. So, yeah, roll dex.
Oh, not.
The competent one.
Shit.
I don't know how I feel about this defy danger.
You don't feel about it?
I explicitly can take a passenger, and the downside to that is I can't use my hands.
Let's see.
The move is you can climb along solid walls and ceilings as quickly as you
Oh,
can
wall
run,
walking. Okay.
regardless of their texture or composition, as long as your weight. You may carry someone with you while you are wall walking, but you cannot use your hands while you have a passenger.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it. All right, and I'm assuming you made sure to do this far away from where the vines start.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, never mind then. I assumed it as being some great feat of acrobatics, but all right.
No, this is just like, taking it easy.
Okay.
We're steering a wide berth above the vines.
All right, no, yeah, we're cool then. All right, strike that last roll. There
No.
you go. All right, so Shahina.
Yeah, okay. This is gonna go well. So I guess first off, I'm going to use the move Ignite Weapon. So I basically just add the flaming elemental tag, and +1 damage tag against enemies until you dismiss it. So I'll roll that now. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. No, that completely flubs.
God damn it!
There's like a spark out of it, and then just nothing fucking happens.
Once we get to the other side, and I kind of get off. There's like maybe a few seconds of silence before Vigor just kind of clears his throat and then says, "You're going back for her."
But that spark. First off, let me just say that spark draws some unwanted attention. The vines take notice of that. So, Vigor asks Ariana.
Yeah, Vigor kind of like after he steps off and just does a few second pause, and then he says, "So you're going back for her?"
And she sort of sighs. She said she could handle herself. Damn it. Okay, so are we just sort of squarely above the vines up on the mountainside?
Yeah,
Or,
you're on
like,
you're on
have
like
we
a
made
safe
it past them? Or
No,
okay.
you're on like a safe
Understood.
platform. Yeah, past them. I'd say.
And then she sort of, scratches back of her head. Let's see if she can handle herself before, put you in danger too.
All right.
But
if you're worried I'm gonna run off with the package, you don't have to be. Vigor just kind of sits down on the edge of the cliff, just looking over.
Yeah, and Ariana sort of laughs at that, and looking around from like the precarious mountaintop perch they're at. I wasn't too worried about that, but I appreciate the thought. So yeah, she's gonna keep an eye on Shahina from up here.
Okay, so one of the vines immediately goes to whip at Shahina.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna dodge out of the way, and then can I just kind of assuming that I succeed, can I just kind of like walk out of range of the vines?
Sure. Roll dex.
Solid. Thanks.
All right. Yeah. You really quickly get to the wall and it misses by a wide berth.
Cool. Okay. Can I try to cast flaming weapon thing again, because my only other option is starting a literal forest fire.
Sure. Yeah.
Solid. Okay.
There you go. All right. So it's like a sputtering engine. Like at first it was like, and then you just you hit it and then it just suddenly bursts into flames.
Perfect. And now I have access to my level 1 spells, right?
You have 2 of them.
Okay, cool. So I am going to choose Blessing of Fire and Coat of Silt because cool.
Wow.
And I'm going to cast Blessing of Fire on my hand axe thing.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Roll that shit. You cast a spell with the inner flame.
Ooh.
This is going
No,
fucking
sir.
awesome.
No, that does not work. And in fact, it sputters out so hard that like you can't use that spell again until you rest.
God fucking damn it. All right, cool.
You have a flaming axe already. You got greedy.
I do. Okay, I just if that's not going to work, then I want to cast Coat of Silt and then I'll deal with this.
Okay. So roll it. All right, that
Fucking
works.
solid. Okay,
That
so
works.
now I get a +2 to any defy danger rolls made to avoid detection. God damn it.
Hey, now you just got to get undetected, and then you're
Yeah.
golden.
So,
All right, cool.
what do you do with your flaming hand axe?
All right. So I guess considering that I have a fucking +2 now, I didn't read the whole thing. I thought it was just like a +2 to defy danger dodge moves because I just read things as what I want them to be. So I guess if that's the case, can I sneak past them?
Well, there's one that already has noticed you.
Okay, I'll deal with that one. So I'm gonna attack that one.
All right.
So I roll damage and then I get like a +1 to the damage.
So you have your hand axe.
Yeah.
That's a strength roll for hack and slash.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So roll hacking.
Are you fucking
Just on and off.
yeah, every other basically.
Oh no, sir! This is a quick whip-like vine that gets out of the way of your hand axe, and there it goes M. But yeah, it gets out of the way of your hand axe and bites you in the shoulder for 2 damage.
Good. So is that reduced to 1 damage because I have 1 armor?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Oh, good. I accidentally just made that -1 health because I suck at this. Okay, so I'm gonna hack and slash again.
All right.
Solid.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So does something happen because it was 7 to 9?
Yeah, I'd say it's still biting your shoulder, and it like digs its teeth in even more for 1 damage, so no damage.
Okay, perfect.
Hey,
so
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 1
I
damage.
think
so
my
no damage.
internet's back. Yeah.
So
There was
yeah,
an
Okay,
attack.
so
made.
I'm gonna chop at this fucking thing. And I get
it's
2 plus 1
plus
damage.
1, that's 3, and so yeah, you slice at it, and because your hand axe is on fire, and fire is doesn't play well with these things, you chop through it completely, and its head and the bit of it that was on you just completely burns up,
Perfect.
turning to ash.
And Ariana, so see, she's like
beautiful.
She's kind of handling herself.
Yeah. No. This could go well.
All right. So
So-
I can now.
Yes, you can try to just very quickly. You want to dart through the vines with a nice swing.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
do
sure.
that.
So you'll grab. So let's see. You want to grab. So you want to grab one of the not cursed vines
Yeah.
and just swing across.
Yeah.
All right.
Can
And
I
I'll
can I
say
do
that
the
since
defy danger without detection thing?
I would say yes, because you have these things really hate fire, so you have like a very good edge there. And if you're just
Perfect.
very quickly swinging through them, hoping that they don't catch on until it's too late, then yeah, that's avoiding detection.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah,
So is that
roll.
dexterity or
Yeah, roll dex,
Yay. Plus
and that's an
2.
8. All right.
Wait, which I'm curious, which spells are you like? Do you have?
I'm using
Coat of
She-
Salt.
I
she
Yeah,
had
I know
Code
you're
of Guilt
using
and
Code of
Blessing
Salt.
of
What else?
Fire.
Blessing of
I
Fire
have-
also.
But she burned out Blessing of Fire.
yeah, so now
Oh,
I gotta
shit.
take a fucking like long rest or whatever.
All right.
Damn.
So you got an 8 on that. So you can make it across without drawing any aggro, but you will drop your coin pouch.
But I what? You cut out.
You can get across without dropping any without drawing any aggro, but you will drop your coin.
I'll drop all my fucking coin.
It's your coin pouch, yeah. Your whole
God
coin
fucking
pouch.
damn it.
Hey, it's an option. You're gonna just draw everything to you, but is that worth 40 coin?
Oh god. Well, technically 38 because I gave the kid 2.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'd rather not fucking get eaten by a swarm of fucking vines.
Sweet, low coin run, awesome. All right, there you go. You swing across. You land in front of Ariana and Vigor with style, and you look back and you see you see one of the vines like chewing on your coin pouch, and then noticing it isn't edible and dropping it down
Shahina
as it falls to the forest below.
Shahina just kind of glares at the vines and then like looks back at her party and just says, "Shall we continue then?"
Yep.
And Ara's just alright. So is Ariana like just ferrying you guys down one by one then?
I imagine that if we had to, do something like that, then
At this point, with both of them up here.
Well, you're on like a safe platform now, so you can just
Yeah.
continue down the way.
Oh, can we? Can we
Yeah.
descend safely?
Yes.
Alright.
Here, let's say you're like right over here.
Didn't even have to save you.
There you go. So, yeah, one of the vines just spits out one of the coins because it's not edible.
Where? Is this somewhere where we can see?
Yeah. She landed right in front of you, and you can see the vines
But-
behind her.
Oh.
it's back down on the floor, back down on the ground below.
Yeah. So it just kind of spits. They're trying to eat the coins, but like they're realizing it's not possible, and they're spitting it out.
I don't know if Ariana notices that or not.
She can if you want.
No. I think this is going to be more fun to say for later, this revelation.
Okay.